Welcome to the Wolf's Den and another action figure review. Today we are taking a look at the Star Wars Black Series Chirrut Imwe figure. Chirrut comes to us from the Rogue One movie. He's the monk-like character that ends up joining the Rogue One crew to try to steal the Death Star plans. And in the movie I thought he was a pretty cool and fun character. So let's bust him out of his package and see what he's like as an action figure. To start off, we'll take a look at his articulation, and we'll start with the head, and we see that it does rotate all the way around, and then he's able to look down, but not really up at all. His arm moves out to the side there, that far, and then rotates all the way around. He has a single jointed elbow, and then that rotates also. His wrists rotate, and then this hand, the left hand, does rock inwards, but it can't rock outwards because of the way that's constructed there. His right hand does rock up and down. His waist does rotate, but I wouldn't do it too much because I think that is how the robe is attached, and I think too much movement might cause that to come loose. So while it does rotate, it doesn't rock side to side or back and forth at all. And then his legs. His legs move out to the side about that far, about 45 degrees. And then forward about 90 degrees. And he's got a thigh swivel. And double jointed knees. And lastly, his feet rock up and down and then pivot all the way around. And that is it for his articulation. As we take a closer look at the figure, we do see that he has an excellent head sculpt. It's a very good likeness of the character from the movie, the actor Donnie Yen. Hasbro did a really nice job on this head sculpt here. Nice job with the paint on the eyes there. They gave him the clouded look because he's blind. Even the sculpting of the hair is nice. You see a lot of the texture there. Really nice job all around on this head sculpt. Hasbro is pretty hit or miss when it comes to head sculpts of real people. You have excellent ones like this one, and then you have Jyn Erso here, which it's a passable likeness, but it's not as good as this one. You know, this looks just like Donnie Yen. This one does not look like Felicity Jones, really. At least a lot of the detail isn't there. So really nice job on this head sculpt. Moving down the figure, we see he's got the black robes here. He's got the white harness that wraps around him. Some nice detail on this piece of gear here. I don't exactly know what this is supposed to be, but they did a really nice job in sculpting that. In addition to his gauntlet here. Again, not sure what purpose this serves. I haven't seen the movie in months, so I don't recall him doing anything with this particular gauntlet, so but still nice detail sculpted in there. Then we go around to his back. We see the harness stretches out, and we see part of his robe here. It's plastic. And then he's got cloth for the rest of his robes. Got a nice stripe there. And I do like these cloth parts. I know some people don't like cloth. They'd prefer it all plastic. I would prefer they'd be all cloth. These are actually, you know, better constructed than the Revan figure that I reviewed a few months back. Whereas that particular cloth material looked like it was going to fall to pieces, and was actually starting to fall to pieces. This is actually a better material. What I don't like, though, is when they mix plastic and cloth. I wish they would just pick one or the other, not both. And especially this piece right here. This piece is both a blessing and a curse to the figure, because it's a blessing in that some poses this actually helps him stand up. It adds, you know, you can actually lean on this and you can get some nice poses out of him with it. It's a curse in that other poses, like if you want him sitting or kneeling, this just totally gets in the way. It's either impossible or very difficult to get him in those poses with this, because you can't really do anything with it. You might have to like actually tie it up or something to get it out of the way. So that's this. Yeah, it can pose problems, but it can also, you know, help him stand up. So, like I said, a blessing and a curse. Then we've got, you know, kind of his belt here. And the stitching on it looks a little sketchy, so be warned about that. Chirrut does come with a couple of accessories. First we have his staff. Nice detail on that. And it does come apart. And then just pegs right back together. And he holds it quite nicely. Slide it into his hand like so. It's a nice solid fit. And then he also has the gun that he uses in the movie. And that the two arms do fold out like so and neatly fold back in. And this also comes apart. Just a little peg and notch there. And again, takes a little work, but you can get it into both hands here. There we go. And he holds it nicely. Alright, on to my final thoughts. The only negative I have with this figure would be the plastic part of his robe that hangs off of his back. As I mentioned earlier, it hinders his ability to sit. I have not been able to get him to sit at all, and I think it's sad when an action figure can't sit down. I have been able to get him to kneel, as you'll notice in one of the pictures as they fade in and out, by tucking that plastic piece behind his legs. But I still wish that piece was just made of cloth like the rest of his robe, so A, it matched, and B, it just would not be in the way at all. Other than that, I really do like this figure. I think it's a very, very good sculpt throughout, especially the head sculpt is excellent. And aside from being unable to sit, his articulation is very good also. With that, I hope you enjoyed this review here on the Wolf's Den. I hope to see you again soon for some more action figure reviews. Until then, thanks for watching.